This is the solution of self-trust as self-honesty. Self-trust as self-honesty is the expression of self that manifests in application as self in every moment of every breath. Let me give you an example. As you have heard and seen in the words expressed in the interview with the design of trust as dishonesty. Trust within this world has been abused extensively. Human beings are starting and beginning to realize that nothing and no one can and may be trusted. Self-trust is an infinite expression of self, is an infinite statement of self in application that remain as self in every moment of every breath. Self-trust cannot exist without self-honesty. This does not mean that self-trust and self-honesty is in a relationship connection with each other within self. No. I am self-honest, and within and as self-honesty as me, I trust me. So what am I actually saying? Self-honesty and self-trust is equal and one in expression and application. For instance, applying and living self-honesty. Self-honesty would be the application. Self-trust would then be the expression of the application of self-honesty. All together, well, both self-honesty and self-trust as one, as the living example of self, is who I am here in every moment of every breath. For instance, you are in a situation and there are human beings around you, amongst you, and you're participating. Yet within you there is an extensive uncomfortableness that you have experienced, let's say the evening before you were asked to join everyone. You actually would have preferred to remain home and read a book, comfortable in bed. But your thoughts ran and you said, no, let me go and please everyone else. And so you did. In that moment is the application of self-dishonesty. You're being dishonest with the experience of yourself in the moment. Now, if you continue that self-dishonesty within you, in all such applications and ignoring what you're actually experiencing within you, later on, you won't even know anymore what it is that you're actually experiencing inside you. Do you want to stay? Do you want to go? Later on, it becomes irrelevant, apparently, but it doesn't. You have lost that expression of you, of self-honesty. So you'll do what everyone else wants you to do. And in that inverting and suppressing yourself, and in that, your trust is dispersed. And that's how trust is connected to relationships outside of self, to define self by, because self has suppressed self's own self-honesty, and therefore no self-trust exists. And then you must define your self-trust separate from yourself, because you've separated yourself from your own self-honesty. Though, if you had honestly in that self-honestly looked within that moment and said to the being, this is my expression. At this moment, I would prefer being alone with myself reading a book. And you remain clear and stable and constant within yourself when making that statement, no movement, then that is a statement and expression of yourself. That is your self-honesty in the moment. So, within that application of self-honesty, how does the expression of self-trust become you? That is when, no matter when, who asks you what, you, within you, look at self-honesty and you speak. And so you build trust, not even build, express trust as you, because it's your expression. This is who I am. And so you will trust you in no matter what situation you are, no matter what you're asked by anyone. Not taking anything else into consideration, but who you are as the experience of yourself in the moment. So, human beings, that is the solution of self-trust and self-honesty. It is self. And from this self-honesty in application as expression of self-trust, you build self-certainty. You establish self-certainty. You establish who I am in every moment of every breath. Thank you very much.